Hello everyone and welcome to Cap Coding. I hope you all are extremely well. So today in this video we are going to discuss how to find x power n using recursion, right? So we are given two numbers x and n and we have to find x power n, right? So we have to find x power n, right? So let's figure out our faith and expectation in this, right? So we know that if we have to find x power n, then we want x multiply n times, right? For example, if we want to find 2 power 3, so we want what? 2 multiply 3 times, right? Which is what? 8, right? So if we want to find x power n, then we want what? X multiply itself with multiply itself n times, right? So our expectation is what? That if I pass the number x and n to a function, right? Let's the function is p, right? Right, so if I find pass this, then it will return me the power the x power n, that is it will return me x multiply itself with itself n times, right? Now what is our faith in this? Our faith is that if this function is returning me x power n, then this function will also return me x power n minus 1. Now what is x power n minus 1? X multiply itself x n minus 1 times, right? So how can our faith meet our expectation? Now we want power of x power n, right? Now this is what power of x n minus 1, right? Now what is power of x n minus 1 returning us? This will return us x multiply itself n minus 1 times, but we want what? X multiply itself n times, right? So this is what? This will return us x power n minus 1, but we want x multiply itself n times, so we multiply x one more times, right? So this is how we meet our expectation with, we meet our faith with our expectation, right? So we want x power n, which is equal to x into power of x n minus 1, right? So this is our high level thinking. Let's try to execute this. So we want power of n minus 1. This is what? Power of x n minus 1, right? Now power of n is what? X into power of n minus 1, right? And we have to return this power of n, right? This is our high level thinking. Now let's figure out the low level thinking and our base case for this. So this is our code. Now we have these variables x and we have power of n minus 1 and power of n, right? Firstly, let's take the example of 2 power 4, right? First of all, the value of x is 2, n is 4, right? Our n power of n minus 1 and power of n is not defined yet. So this is our line number 1, this is 2, this is 3. Now power of n minus 1 will call, this is our function power, right? So this will call power of x is remain same, n minus 1 is 3, 4 minus 1, right? This will call the power of x n minus 1, right? Next, again line number 1 is executed and this will call x will remain same and n minus 1. N minus 1 is what? 2, right? Again, the line number 1 is executed and this will call power of x is same, and power of n minus 1, with that is what? 1, right? Again, line number 1 is executed and this will call x is same, power of n minus 1. N minus 1 is what? 0, right? Now we want up to this, right? Now anything power 0 is what? 1, right? So we want that this will return us 1, right? So this is what our base case. So our base case is that if n becomes 0, then return 1 to us, right? So this function will return us 1, right? So now 1 is stored in power of n minus 1. So this will return 1. This will store here, right? Now line number 2 is executed. In line number 2, we'll store x. X is what? 2 into power of n minus 1. Power of n minus 1 is what? 1. So 2 into 1, 2 is stored in p of n. Now at line number 3 is executed, p of n. That is 2 is returned to the low level, right? So in the low level, 2 is stored in power of n minus 1, right? So 2 is stored here. So in line number 2, x into power of n minus 1. X is always 2. 2 into power of n minus 1 is 2. So 4 is stored in power of n. And at line number 3, 4 is returned to the low level, right? Next again at line number 1, right? Line number 1 is executed. In power of n minus 1, 4 is stored, right? At line number 2, 2 into x is always 2. Power of n minus 1 is 4 now. So 2 into 4, 8 is stored in power of n. At line number 3, 8 is returned to the low level, right? So now again the line number 2 is executed. In line number 2, x is what? 2 in this case. Power of n minus 1 is what? 8 in this case. So 2 into 8, 16 is stored in power of n, and 16 is returned to the next low level. So 16 is returned, 16 is received here, and 16 will get printed, right? So we'll get 16 in the output, right? So this is our code. Let's try to run it. Yes, we are getting the expected output. Let's try to submit it. So we are getting the correct result. So this is how we meet our faith with our expectation. Our expectation is what? That we have to multiply x n times, right? And our faith is what? That we have x multiply itself n minus 1 time. So how we meet our faith with expectation? That power of x power n is what? X into x of n minus 1, right? Now this is what this function is going to take how much time. So we are calling this function how many times? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So we are calling this function 5 times, right? Which is what? N plus 1. So we are calling this function n plus 1 time. So our time complexity in this case will be what? Big of n, right? Because plus 1 is ignored usually. So our time complexity for this function is big of n. Now we can also execute this function in big of log n. How can we do this? Think about it. We'll discuss this concept in the next video, right? So I hope you understand how to find the power of a number using recursion, right? So if you like the video, then please subscribe to our channel and give a like to this video. Thank you for watching.